Hey gorgeous, welcome back to the makeup aisle. Today's video is going to be my IMATS New York City 2017 haul and also some tips for first timers as this was my first year. It can be a long day if you start very early like we did. Right now I am in so much pain like everywhere because of the standing and the walking and carrying all the bags and that sort of thing. And there were some things that kind of went wrong, but in the end it really did work out. And it was just a fabulous time all around. We left on Friday to New York in the morning. We took the train. We were coming in from Connecticut. So that's one of my first tips. If you can get away with not driving, that may be in your best interest. Parking, I believe, is pretty expensive, between like $40 and $50 for the day. Then you don't have to deal with the traffic. You don't have to worry about parking, that sort of thing. We took the train in. It was $35 round trip because it was off-peak times that we went. We didn't go like first thing in the morning, so it was rush hour. We took the train, I believe, at like 10:45 or something like that. Getting there, we just kind of sat back, relaxed. And to be honest, on the way back, we all fell asleep, so it was better that we didn't drive because we were so exhausted by the end of the day. We stayed at Inc. 48, which when you go to the IMATS website, that is the suggested hotel that you stay at. It is pricey, but we were splitting it. We had two to a room. It's New York City. It's going to be expensive. And I looked at some other options, but they really seemed kind of dodgy and really hole in the walls type of places. Inc. 48 was just fabulous. It's like this boutique hotel. The rooms were absolutely gorgeous. The view we had, because we were on the 15th floor, was to die for. Like, I kept posting on Facebook and Instagram and texting people, and we left like the shades and the curtains open because we were going to get up early enough where the sun was not even going to be out yet. So we left them open just to see all the lights. It was absolutely gorgeous. Everyone was so nice. They opened the door for you when you're leaving the hotel, open the door when you're coming in, make sure everything's great. So the experience at Inc. 48 was absolutely fabulous. We're definitely going to stay there next year when we go, because I am going next year. So we knew we had to get up early because we wanted to be there early. We got up at 3 o'clock. We had gone to bed at like midnight. Got up at 3 o'clock, got dressed, makeup, all that stuff. We wanted to be there at like 5. We got there at 5:30. There were about 10 people in front of us. Still pitch black, of course. Frickin' freezing. Like, I can't even explain to you the cold that we felt. And we still kind of layered up a bit. Not as much as we should have. So we learned our lesson in that respect. I personally had on a short sleeve t-shirt, a long sleeve shirt, kind of like a cardigan sweater, a scarf. We had jeans, of course, and I was still freezing. By the time it was probably around 8 or 8:30, I could not feel my feet, literally. And that is the same story you hear or you heard all in the crowd is, I can't feel my feet. My feet are just like burning because it's so cold. People were there in blankets. People were there with like hoodies, you know, the like big parkas with the fur hoods. Next year, we're definitely going to be better prepared. So that is definitely my first tip to you. Come prepared if you are going to be one of those people who are going to be waiting in line several hours. You're going to be there first thing before, you know, the ass crack of dawn, before the roosters crow. Go prepared because it is going to be cold. Even though it's springtime, it is freezing in the morning. And because you're near the water, that makes it even worse because the wind was really blowing. So come prepared definitely to, you know, layer up, scarf, gloves. If you have certain parts of your body, I think, that are warm, the rest of it kind of follows. This year, unfortunately, they were extremely unorganized. And this is a conclusion I came to after talking to people that were in the crowd that were there last year. They said that they put out barriers, and I see the videos from last year, so I know that what they were saying was accurate. You saw just a single file, basically a single line. This year, security got lazy, and that's basically what they told us. They're like, security didn't put out the barriers, and we're like, okay, so they got lazy. So now it's literally, it looked like Walmart on Black Friday. It was ridiculous. And I mean, I'm there as well early in the morning, but I'm thinking if this thing was more organized, we wouldn't look like a bunch of idiots because we're there to buy makeup. We're kind of not in front of the actual Pier 94. We were over like a barrier. So then someone comes out and starts saying, okay, start making the line this way. People start jumping the wall. And I'm like, so people who are like 30, 40, 50 people behind are now like second in line. So of course, you know, that kind of causes you to like, why did I get up at 3 o'clock? So like I said, we had a very rough start to the morning, and the more people kept talking about how things were last year, they really mucked it up this year. Very, very much so. And I hope that for this morning when they started, they did not duplicate the mistake they did yesterday. Then they came outside and tried to register people with no lines. So, you know, they're shouting, get back, we're not going to register anybody. They started registering people. We were kind of close to the front. We got very lucky, and I'm going to tell you why. So we're up front, we get there, we get registered. They put us in another line. They screwed that up because they kept pushing the line back, pulling the line forward, going this different places. So we were in the front, then we were way in the back, you know, that sort of thing. They stopped registering people after I think our group went. So we're in a line. The group of people that we were in, like the huge group, like the crowd was over to the left side. They had not been registered yet, so they didn't have wristbands. So the more I kept thinking about it, I'm like, this is really good. If they kind of just let us in waves, just let this group in first and then register, you know, in groups and waves, that may be the best thing to do. Come to find out that they were going to register all these people inside. So finally the doors open. People are rushing, literally rushing in. There's like running everywhere because I'm sure people are looking at the map. So you just see people kind of scattering to the left, scattering to the right. But I will tell you, having been registered in line at that time really did help us, because once we were in there, you have a wristband, you're just going in. Everybody else had to get registered at the counter. Another tip that I would offer is if you're not going alone, split up. Split the lists up, and that's what we did. We had 4 people, so we knew my sister was going to go to Morphe first because we knew that line was going to be absolutely crazy. And my sister ran to Morphe, and it's so funny because we had the map when we got in. She's like, where am I going? Where am I going? I'm like, that way to the left and just run all the way to the top, because Morphe was way at the, like literally way at the top. And so she did that. And the rest of us, 2 of us went to Tarte because we knew that it was 50% off. And then one of the girls knew that she wanted to get foundation, so she went to Makeup Forever because obviously she had to get matched and whatnot. But for the most part, after that, things were smooth sailing. We waited in line. I think the longest I waited in line, I don't know, maybe half an hour, maybe. And that was just to pay. Other than that, they seemed to have everything under control. As the lines kept getting longer, you had people kind of, you know, fielding the crowds and, you know, okay, this is where the line starts for this. Are you here for this? Okay, this is where you go for this. And they seemed to really have it under control as far as I could see. There wasn't anybody pushing or, you know, cursing anybody out, or, you know, like once you were in, everything was very well organized, and there were a lot of people to help you, not only on the floor, but also at the counter. The food situation was really good. I have heard in the past that they said, oh, it's like concession food and stuff. The place they had there this year, and I don't know if it was the first year or not, or if people were just like not seeing that they had other things to buy there, was really good. They had salads and wraps and like noodle salads, all kinds of drinks, wine, beer. The service was really quick. The line, even though it was long, was moving really fast because I think they had like 3 or 4 people helping you. There was also someone there saying, you know, there's a line forming over this way, let's move on. So that was also very well taken care of. They could have added more tables, but I think they had 2 areas, one on either side, like right when you came in and farther up the you know, the convention hall or whatever. The tables were big, so it's not like you sat there and nobody else sat there. There were people who didn't know each other sitting together, so that was okay with that. I think they could have had a couple of more tables because you could tell that people were kind of waiting for a table. So as soon as we, you know, finished eating, I was like, let's get up so other people, and we were tired, but I was like, let's get up so other people could sit and eat, because everybody was kind of in the same boat there. And I think because we had 4 people and we attacked it strategically, we were done very early. We're gonna get started with what I purchased, and I'm gonna haul everything. I'm actually gonna start with MAC because we did go to MAC on Saturday evening, right before, or Saturday afternoon, I should say, right before we went to dinner. They had some sort of grand reopening, and we went there and we all bought a bunch of stuff, and they had the new Extra Dimension Skin Finish, not only the highlighters, which included Oh Darling, but also a shit ton of new blushes, and they were gorgeous. I only purchased one because I'm like, you're going to IMATS tomorrow, don't go crazy. But man, it was just a really great time. And I read really like crappy reviews about that MAC. our experience was really good, and there were a lot of customers there, but our experience was really great. Everyone was really attentive. You know, they were helping other people and stuff, but for the most part, they were on it. When they were done helping that person, they'd come back to you and see what else you needed, and they'd pull everything out and put it up front. Overall, the experience was just great. So, like I said, I'm going to start with MAC, and this is me just being extra. I'm like, why couldn't they have special bags for the Times Square MAC, since it's different from the regular MACs, you know? Everything in New York seems just like bigger and brighter and stuff. So I'm going to start out with the Extra Dimension blush. This is so beautiful, and the name of this blush is Wrapped Candy, and this is the way it looks. It is just so beautiful. When I swatched it on my hand, the girls were like, ah, my goodness. And I think all the girls actually picked up a blush. So that's Wrapped Candy. Like I said, that's the only one I picked up. And then I bought a lipstick. This is only my third MAC lipstick, and this is in Capricious. So it's just one of the regular bullet lipsticks. And this is what it looks like, if you could see that there. You're going to see that a lot of the lipsticks that I purchased yesterday, or liquid lipsticks, kind of have the same mauvey, purpley, kind of just everyday nude tone. I just love these types of lipstick. And then I grabbed two just regular like eyeshadows to put in my palette, the empty palette that I have from MAC. So the first one here is Star Violet. And that's what it looks like. It's kind of a shimmery color there. And then the second one I purchased is Mythology, which is really nice shimmer. I tried them both on, like I swatched them, and my sister's like, you gotta get them both. So that's what that looks like there. It's just beautiful. So like I said, the first place I went to was Tarte, because I knew they had 50% off, and I wanted to get the Tarte Let in Bloom palette, which I did get. And then I also was surprised because I didn't think they were going to have it there since it's so brand new, but they had the Shape Tape Concealer. So I just basically got a backup in tan. That was $15. They are originally $24. And then the Tarte Let in Bloom that I think most people have seen anyway. This was on sale for $30, and I believe original price was $42 or $43, something like that. So like I said, I think most people have seen what it looks like. I am so excited to have this palette because I've heard nothing but good things about it from everyone who has it. The second place I went to was Nigel's Beauty Emporium, and I actually went there twice. So when I first got there, I just kind of wanted to see what they had because I know that they have a lot of different brands that they carry. The first time I went there, I ended up getting the Shadow Shields. I've read a lot about this, and this is what they look like. So basically you just use them for like under the eyes. They show here also too, you can put them under the lips if you don't, you know, just to have that like perfect application. I would actually be using it for shadows and the fallout and that sort of thing. And I've seen people use this. I usually will use tape, but sometimes for me that can get uncomfortable if I'm trying to get it really close to the lash line. It feels like I've got it in my eye and I can't close my eye all the way. So as far as the beauty blender goes, they did have a lot of different sales, but for me, I'm not working on clients yet. These are for me, and I didn't want to spend $60 or $70 on beauty blenders, so I did just end up picking up one of the original pink ones. They are on sale. Instead of $20, you can get them for $16. So you still, you know, saved a couple of bucks. As I'm continuing on almost towards like the end of their booth, I'm like, is that what I think it is? And it was the Stila Magnificent Metals Glitter and Glow liquid eyeshadows that everybody's like going crazy over. So I picked up a new color, and this is in Diamond Dust, which is like their silvery color. They were on sale from $24 to $14.50. I'm like, yes, I will take one. The others, a couple I already had, and the others I'm like, I'll wait, because I just ordered from Sephora one of their like duochrome ones, so I'm so excited to get that. But I knew I wanted the silver as well, so saving like almost $10 was huge for me. We went back there. I went ahead and picked up the Sensual Skin Enhancer by Kevyn Aucoin. I've never heard of this product before, but as the lady was explaining it to me, it made sense. This, I believe, was $29 originally, like priced $48 or $50 or something like that. So this is what it looks like. This is the container. I always love Kevyn Aucoin's packaging because he's got like that purpley, almost eggplant type of color in certain places in the packaging. And the inside looks like this. It looks basically like a concealer because that's what it is. But it's a concealer, a corrector, a foundation, all kinds of stuff. So she starts explaining to me what this does. She said, you'll have this for about over a year. And I'm like, how do you figure? She said it is ultra concentrated. She put some on her hand and then added a like a creamy primer. She said you just add a little bit of that, or even people add oil if they have very dry skin, and you turn it into a liquid foundation, or you can turn it into concealer. So you're not dipping into this and putting it all over your face. You're mixing it with something else. She says, so a little, and she warned me, she's like, a little really does go a long way. You're not gonna need a lot for your face. I also picked up some, which this is really boring. I also picked up some disposable eyeshadow wands because, like I said, I am going to be going for my makeup certification in May. I have been in touch with my instructor, and she told me everything that we're getting and suggested some things to buy. So she suggested that I buy disposable wands, mascara wands, also disposable lip brushes, and tweezers and some other stuff. So I picked these up. These were $2.50 at Nigel's for 25 wands. So I was excited to have those for my kit. Another place I went to, and I just popped it in this bag, even though this was one of my like later visits during the day. I went to Mehron. It's Mehron. And I wanted to get this Corrected Neutralizer palette. Let me just show you what that looks like. So you've got like a dark orange, a peach, the purple, yellow, green, and then like a pink color here. And I wanted to try more, I guess, like not your mainstream type of cosmetic companies. After Nigel's, I ran to Sigma because I knew that Sigma was also going to get really, really packed. So the first thing I ended up getting was the brush case. And when I saw it, I was like, ooh, they have that here. Because I've been looking at it, but really haven't thought too much about it. But this is what it looks like. It's huge, as you can see. It was 23 bucks. And it's just gorgeous. I'm gonna cover my face here. So that's what it looks like there. It's a really substantial feeling product. It just feels very well made and just very sturdy. So when I saw it, I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna get that because I've been kind of wanting it. So I'm excited to have that. Really for me, more than anything for traveling, because when I travel, I have like a soft makeup roll, which is fine. It serves me well, but I've really been wanting this, so I was excited to get it. So I got several different brushes, some that were repetitive of stuff that I've had or that I have already because I do love it, and some stuff that is new. So the brushes that I bought from Sigma are as follows. The first one I got is the F25, which is a tapered face brush, and this is what it looks like. Love the shape of this. I'm not sure yet what I'm going to use it for. I know I've seen videos of people using it, so I think I'm probably going to have to kind of defer to that to figure it out. But just when I saw it, I was like, I love that brush and I must have it. So I have that. And then I also got, like I said, a lot of these are those that I already have, and actually all of these I have. So I got the E40 tapered blending brush. This is what I always start out my looks with, like literally every single time. This is the first brush that I always reach for. And then I also have the E38, which is the diffused crease. This is just another one. I have one of these, and like I said, I love Sigma brushes. They really are good. Then I also purchased a blending E25, which I think I have like 2 of these already, but these are such good brushes. And then the last one I picked up from Sigma is the E15, which is the flat definer brush. And as you can see, that's the way it looks there. And this I use to get the color shadows or pigments or that sort of thing on the lower lash line. It's just absolute perfection. So because I purchased a certain amount, I think it was over $60, I got a free gift. And it was a trio, which I thought it was one, because I've never seen this before, but it's a loose shimmer and glitter set, and it's called By the Light of the Moon. That's the packaging. And then I got 3 individual glitters, or pigments, I should say, loose shimmer. This is Supernatural, so it's almost like a purpley color. And then Tinsel, which is silvery gray. And then this one, which is actually my favorite, it's called Astral. And I think that's because this is a glitter. So it's very iridescent, as you could see there, almost like a white purpley, has almost like that duochrome reflex. I moved on to Smith brushes because I knew I wanted to get 2 brushes from there. This is the first time I've ever bought anything from Smith, so I was really excited. I got 2 brushes at Smith, and those are the 118, which is kind of a blush brush. It's a little more tapered. They did have a fluffier brush that you could use for the face, but this is really a blush brush. Or I guess you probably could use it to contour, depending on how sharp or kind of diffused out you like your contour. But I love the Smith brushes because they look like paint brushes. They're just gorgeous. Like the actual handle is almost like a distressed gray, and then the ferrule, I think that's what it's called, is gold, and the brush is just absolutely beautiful feeling. I mean, gorgeous. The second brush I got from Smith is their 220, which again, it looks like a big fat paintbrush, even though it's like a small flat brush. This I wanted to get, again, to pack on color on the lower lash line. I think these brushes, like these flat type of definer brushes, are just so, so good. Like, you can't have enough. I moved on to Juvia's Place, and I wasn't gonna go there because I heard that the discounts weren't great, but I was like, you know what, let me take a look. And I didn't wait too long, maybe, I don't know, between 7 and 10 minutes, and probably not even 10 minutes. And the discounts were really good. Very happy to see that they had a bundle. They also had everything individually, because I think last year someone had said they were only selling bundles, and I'm like, well, I don't want a bundle because I already own several of their palettes. But that was not the case this year, if that was true for last year. So I ended up getting the Saharan palette, and my sister got one as well. And then while you were in line, someone was coming around showing you the new eyeliner. They had the new gel eyeliner there. So she said, you know, she showed me the black and brown, and when I got there, I was like, I'll take a black eyeliner. So when I opened up the package yesterday, so surprised to see that they had come with both the black and the brown. I gave the brown to my sister. I don't use brown. $8 plus the eyeliner brush. Beautiful packaging. It says Juvia's up top. And then, like I said, I got the Saharan palette. That was $19. I'm not sure exactly how much it is on the website. They're always having really good sales on the Juvia's Place website. But if you haven't seen it, this is what it looks like. Just gorgeous. When my sister and I opened it, we were like, ooh, so excited. I think I'm going to do a tutorial with this, hoping next week to do it, because it is just such a gorgeous palette. And the price was right. As soon as I was in line and I saw that the price was $19, I sent her a text, and I'm like, do you want one? Because I'll get one for you, because it's only $19. And she said yes. While I was in line for Juvia's Place, I was looking through BH Cosmetics offerings. They had brushes, they had the Shan XO palette, they had the original Carly Bible palette. They did not have the deluxe, and I heard a lot of people asking, and I'm thinking, if they had the deluxe, this line would have been crazy. BH Cosmetic line was great if you knew what you wanted. You just kind of kept moving forward and just told the girls, I want this, that, and the other. So they did have their new highlighting palette there, and I was very interested in trying it. So I said, you know what, I'm going to get it here. And I believe it was $17. I'm not sure what it costs online, but that is what it looks like. They had 2 versions. This, which are more like bright pastels, and then another one that was more like bronzy types. I'm so attracted to these colors. And then I also got a blush that I have been so interested in, but I just haven't ordered online, and it was on sale there for $5. This is the Floral Blush Duo Cheek Color, and that's what the packaging looks like, which is really, really pretty. And the one I got is Fiji Fun. Love the packaging on this. So this is the way it looks like when you open it. Is there a mirror there? There is. So I'm going to try not to blind you. So that is what the blush looks like, which it has a little shimmer, but it's so beautiful. Love the way they have the flower there. I also went to Makeup Forever because I wanted to get the mattifying primer. I always buy like the travel size, which is like 16 bucks. This was actually a really nice sale. It's usually 37, and it was there for 30. So I finally got the full size. I'm so excited. I've like joined the adult world, but so excited. This is my favorite primer, hands down, because I do have an oily T-zone, combination skin, and we're getting into spring and summer, which once we do, my skin, unfortunately, I just sweat a lot if I'm outside, but this does the trick for keeping my skin mattified, keeping it, keeping the shine away, keeping the oils at bay. I definitely notice a difference when I'm using this primer, that I am nowhere, and I mean nowhere near as oily at the end of the day as if I hadn't used the primer. They had their, I guess, tin, I'm just gonna cover my face here, their tin magnetic eyeshadow palettes. They had them in different sizes, really small ones. I think this is the biggest one, and this was $11, $11.50, something like that. So I got it because I just love how weighty this is and how substantial this feels, and the price was really good, so I got these two things at Makeup Forever. We met up with one of the other girls who went off to do her own thing, and she was like, oh, I just got back from Lime Crime. I'm like, well, let me see what you got from there. So she said the new highlighter, the highlighting palette was there, which I didn't get. It was 30 bucks. So for me, I'm like, that's not that great of a sale to convince me to get it. But she showed me this, it's called Diamond Crushers, and it's basically like a lip gloss, but almost like a topper, although I think you can wear it on your own, on its own. As soon as she showed it to me, I was like, why did you show me? And she's like, well, you kind of asked. And I'm like, damn you to all hell. So this is what the packaging looks like. It is gorgeous, so beautiful. And the one that she got, and this is the same one I got, it's called Fluke. Oh, I'm gonna see if this camera will focus on this. It may not. I mean, you could probably even use this as a highlighter, I'm not kidding. And they had different shades. They probably had around 8 shades, but that's what it looks like. I don't know if this camera's really picking that up or not. Oh, just there it is. Oh my god, so beautiful. And then I ended up getting one of the unicorn lipsticks. They were on sale there for $7. This is in the shade Bomber, and it is a matte lipstick. First of all, can we talk about the packaging? Gorgeous. And then this is what the lipstick looks like. And like I said, you're gonna notice that there is a definite theme with the shades that I got of any lipstick or, you know, gloss or that sort of thing, or liquid lipstick that I got. So I got that because it was $7. And then I also got one of their Velveteens. This is the first, like I said, this is the first time I've ever gotten any Lime Crime lipstick. And I think most people have seen what the packaging looks like. This, as soon as I swatched it, my sister was like, you better get that. So perfect. It's like the most beautiful everyday mauvey, you know, nude with like a hint of, there it is right there. I'm hoping this camera will focus on that. It is just absolutely gorgeous. And as soon as I swatched it, she was like, you better buy it. So that was the line where we went up there. And of course, everybody's dressed all funky like unicorns, the colors. And I'm like, not like a unicorn, but just the colors and the hair, and just really, really nice. Everybody was very sweet. And we go through the line, and, you know, I kind of ticked off what I want. She goes, okay, you're going to take it around the corner and pay there. And I said, okay. So I'm walking around the corner, following the booth, and there's somebody there, and they go, you're here to pay for Lime Crime? I said, yes. He goes, the line's back there. I'm like, okay. So that was, I think, the longest line I waited in. And to be honest, my sister waited in line about half the time for me, because I saw another vendor that I'm like, I've never heard of this vendor, but I'm quickly glancing over, looking at the products, and I'm looking at the prices, and I'm like, come stand in line for me, because the line was still pretty far back. And I ended up actually looking through that vendor, really looking through, and I missed one side, which was the lipsticks, and that was fine, but I looked through everything else, I paid, and she was still in line. She was almost at the front, but I still waited another 10 minutes, I think, once I took her place again. So they have so much. Like I said, I've never heard of this place before. And even when I saw them on the list, it's not something that I looked at, just because I think you look at other places that you really want to go to, so you don't think about some of these other places. So this is what the banana powder looks like. This is like a loose powder. They had it in translucent as well, but you know, a lot of these companies, they say translucent, and those suckers are white, and they for me anyway, for my skin tone, they leave a white cast. And I just, you know, I'm not gonna go through the trouble of doing my makeup and then seeing these patches of like white or flakiness, even when they're not really flaky, but they look it. So this, I believe, was maybe $5, so I got that. So and actually two of the other girls, they saw, and they both got this. And then this is the contour palette that I'm talking about. They had 3 or 4 different shade varieties. I want to say I paid $4 for this. So this basically looks like the Marc Jacobs one, or the one from Wet n Wild, which I own and I really, really love. So I am excited to try this. This shade also, for me, I don't use the one from the Wet n Wild because it looks very, very light. This one looks more like a banana shade for me. So I think that this one is going to be very good for my skin tone and that I'm going to be able to use both. Like I said, I think this was for something like that. The prices were really, really good. And that's why as I kept looking over, I told my sister, I'm like, wait in line because I'm going over there. The next thing I picked up from Absolute New York is a CC complexion kit in apricot. And as you can see there, it's that dark orange because that's what I love and that's what I need for my dark under eye circles. First of all, the packaging is pretty cool. It looks like a lipstick, and then you click this down here and then you pull it out. So it literally looks like a lipstick. So that is what that looks like. And I did swatch this on my hand just to feel the consistency more than the shade because the shade looks perfect. Very creamy, because I always get afraid of things like this, or maybe things in a pot, and how creamy are they going to be, or are they going to dry out too quickly. They had a lot of really nice eyeshadows. They had a lot of palettes, a lot of things, 2 palettes actually that mirrored some of the Morphe palettes, one that definitely looked like the 350 to me, and then smaller palettes that looked like Naked palettes. So I ended up just getting 2 individual shadows. At that part of like the booth, there were a lot of people, so I was already like getting agitated, and I'm like, well, my sister's also waiting in the Lime Crime line for me, so I didn't want to leave her there too long. But this is what the packaging looks like, and these were $3, $3.29, $3.30 something or something like that. So this is a green, and this is in the shade Moss. Can't open this all the way, but that's kind of what that looks like there. So a nice green shimmer. And then of course I had to pick up my purples. If you've been watching my channel or any of my tutorials, you know that I love my purples, my greens, and my blues. So this one is called Mystique. And that is what that looks like there. So really nice purple color there. So the bag that I have next here is one of the IMATS bags. When you first get in, they have a bunch of these bags. This is what they look like. I'm just gonna block myself again. And you just grab as many as you need, because sometimes if you don't want the bag from the company, or like the Lime Crime bag, it's huge. They actually sold those for 25 cents, but I wanted one. And what they do is they donate that to charity. So if you don't want to keep grabbing big bags, you just grab a couple of the IMATS bags and put everything in there. So what I have in here are products that I either didn't get bags for, or my sister had gone and she didn't get 2 bags. She went to Dose of Color for me, which I was so excited with getting what I got from there. So I'm going to show you what I got from Dose first. I already have, they have 2 brand new eye palettes, and I already have the Marvelous Mauves palette. This is the Baked Browns palette. So excited to get this. And I kind of thought that they were going to have it there, so that's the reason why I didn't order it online. And that's what the packaging looks like. This is what the palette looks like. Gorgeous, gorgeous. I've heard a lot of people say that it looks like the Melt Cosmetics Rust Stack, which is fine. The Rust Stack, I think, there's an extra color, so that's $58. This on the website is $32. I don't remember what she paid for, but obviously I probably paid about $27 for this palette, and I'm fine with it. And then I also got one of their cream lipsticks, their classic lipsticks, and this is in Fig. Can we talk about that packaging? So pretty, just so modern. I love it. And then again, the shading is very familiar. And I also picked up 3 of their, what are they called? Here we go. Ideal Duo Loose Pigment and Primer. These are $25 on the website. For the show, they had them at $22 a piece. So this is what they look like. And this one is in Maple. So basically what you have is you have like a pigment up top here. So you open this, and there's basically like a cream shadow in a way, if you will. So that's Maple. And then on the bottom here, I'm hoping that they have a little plastic or something, and they do, is the pigment. So you use this together. I mean, you could use it separately, but you could use it, it's made to have the color pigment on there, and then the shimmer or the glitter, if you will, on top of there. Then the next shade I got, where are we here, is Lucky Star. So this is gold, which is so beautiful. This is like a true yellowy gold type of shade, because I know sometimes you get them with like green reflex or something like that. Yeah, that's a gold. See if the camera will pick that up a bit. just gorgeous. It has a little plastic on it, so that may be kind of a reason why it's not focusing. And then the last shade I got was maroon. And this is what that looks like. Just a pretty kind of purpley wineish color. And then this looks really dark, like really vampy. I'm so excited about that. So I moved on to, I went here, actually my sister went here, and this was like a mistake for the ages. So she had a list from a friend of ours who lives, I believe, in Texas. So she had asked us to go to Lady Moss, or my sister, and get lashes for her. So I said, well, I'm gonna go to Lady Moss, so I'll get everything, just give me her envelope. My sister did the same thing because she didn't realize I went. I said, oh, I'm done at Lady Moss, but she forgot that she had given me the envelope. So anyway, so I ended up with a bunch of lashes, even though I did not go for lashes. So these are the Cocoa lashes. They're kind of like really vampy ones. The premium lashes, I guess, were 4 for $20. She wanted 8. So I'm like, son of a bitch, I ended up with 8 sets of lashes. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try to use them for myself, and if not, then I will just keep them for my kids. So no big deal. But I did purchase some things on my own. The first thing I purchased was this little pink container, and I think most people have seen this. This is basically a lash holder, which is so adorable. I mean, how cute is that? They were there for $4, and you can keep 3 pair of lashes. So as soon as I saw it, I was like, you know what? I'm going to do that because I've been trying to wear more lashes. I also got the Cocoa Lashes Brush On Lash Adhesive. This was also for $4. And then I got 3 lashes, but these were the more natural lashes. These were for 3 for $9. And I got all the same brand just because this was the one that I liked the most. I like those that come out a little more on the corners just to kind of add that cat eye look. So these are the Allure lashes, and that is what those look like there. So again, I got the same lashes. I just got 3 of the Allures. And then the others that I got, I guess because of a fluke, just a little mistake, were, oh my god, different lashes here. But I have Goddess lashes. I think most people know what those look like. These again are their very full lashes. They're premium lashes. I have to see how these work because I don't have eyelashes of my own, so they may be too heavy just to put on the eyes, but we'll see. The other style is Stella, which that's what that looks like there. These are the Queen Bees, and this is Amore and Demi G's. So some of these she had asked for duplicates. I also went to the IMATS booth, which you're really picking up souvenirs, and I wanted to get these lipstick pens. Get 3 for $15. So I did pick up 3. This is what they look like, and I gave 1 to my sister. So you just pull off the lipstick part, and there's your little pen, which I just thought it'd be cute to keep on my desk, or again to use for my class. And then I got just a little makeup bag. It's kind of that clear plastic. So I think I'm going to use these for pens and pencils for my makeup certification class. I went by the Brush Guard booth and picked up this cleaning kit. This thing was probably the best deal I got all day. Originally $40, it was $20 for the show. You got the brush shampoo, the blotting cloth, the washing cup, the drying cup, or the drying vase is what they call it, and then the actual brush guard, which was a set. I thought it was one, but it wasn't. It's a set of the variety pack. So as soon as she told me, like my sister got it, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go get it. And I'm looking and I'm like, 1 brush guard, or should I get, you know, a set of a couple? She goes, oh no, it comes with the variety kit or the variety pack. And I'm like, okay, just here's my $20. Here's my $20. Just give me that box. So I am so excited to try this because I know the brush guard itself helps to keep the brushes in place and just keep them in shape. My sister was the one that went to Morphe, like I had said before. That was the first place she went to. She just ran there because we knew the line was going to get crazy. I had a list of a few things that I wanted. They didn't have everything that I wanted there. So I did end up getting 2 brushes and one of their new bristle shampoos. And that's what it looks like. So it's basically a solid and it's in honey lavender. Oh my God. To smell this is like to go to heaven. Oh, it just smells so good. I'm really interested in finding new ways to wash my brushes, to clean them, to get them, you know, really beautiful again. And I saw this on their website, so I wanted to get one. My sister said, oh, I didn't see it, but when I went to check out, they had a bunch there. So I got the bristle shampoo. I also had her pick up another M501 brush. I use this for highlighting. Sometimes I use a fan brush, but I find that this gets kind of a wider application on top of the cheeks. And I have one already, so this is my backup. And then also I got the E9 brush from them. It's kind of like a flat foundation brush. I don't usually use brushes like this, the flat foundation brush for foundation, but they messed up and didn't give her a brush she wanted. I already had that brush, so I said, let's just trade off. I'll take this. And what I'm actually going to do is just use, even though it's kind of big, I'm just going to use it to spread any concealer that might be in a pot or something that I don't want to use my fingers for, just for placement. And then I use my beauty blender to blend it out. So that was it for Morphe. Like I said, there were only 3 things there that I wanted. The rest of the list, she's like, they didn't have this, they didn't have that, and whatever. So, but I'm happy with what I got there. So the last thing I have here is from LA Splash, and this is one of their Diamond Dust shimmers or glitters, if you will. First of all, can we talk about this packaging? Look how gorgeous that is. And they had different colors there, and the original color I went for was Wisp, but when she swatched this color, I wanted this color better. And let me see if I have it here. Yeah, it's called Cosmic Glow. And it is like a goldie, but it also, and you probably can't see it because the paper is on there, it is gold, but it's coppery as well. And the swatch for me on her hand, just this one looked better. Wisp was very yellow based, if you will, so the gold was, it seemed lighter. This one seemed to show up better. So again, I just picked this one up. Love the packaging, loved the swatch that she had on her hand. I think that does it. Again, my experience at IMATS was really great overall. Can't wait to go back next year. I had such a great time shopping there. The discounts are great. The people were great. Overall, just a really great place to go. Like I said before, if you love makeup, if makeup is your life, you have to definitely go to IMATS at least once in your life. And I know people that go every year because it's just like the mecca of makeup. If you're still with me, thumbs up on this video. I hope you enjoyed this haul. I hope you enjoyed everything you saw. If there's anything that you're interested in seeing a more in-depth review about or used in a tutorial, please just leave that in the comment section below. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't already. Click the little bell so you get notification of whenever I upload a new video. Give the video a thumbs up if you enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.